Hello and welcome to Castival. This is the podcast which brings on brilliant guests to pitch their dream music festival. My name is Matt Hoss and I'm the host, and I'm here to guide you around their festival. Today's guest is an award-winning stand-up comedian and star of the cult favourite Elvis Dead. It is Rob Kemp. Hello!
Hello! How do you do?
I'm doing very well, thank you. That's a very polite introduction, and you get bonus points already for that. There's not a point system, but you do get bonus points.
Okay, they're worth nothing, but I've got them. Thank you, good.
It's like all awards, they're worth nothing, but you've got them, so it's good.
No, they define me.
It's an absolute tonic to have you on, Rob, and thank you for coming to join us on Castival, and I think we're going to have a really fun time. Let's start off with the basics. If someone was to ask you what kind of music are you into, how do you typically respond?
Right.
Like a zombie.
Yes. I mean, the cliche is the I've got an eclectic taste thing, and I know everyone says that, and that's, brass tacks, getting right down to the meat of it. I like a guitar. Mm-hmm. In my I was an indie kid. Mm-hmm. I was into all the Britpop and that. Mm-hmm. But I do like a guitar. I probably, and then after that, I sort of leaned more into sort of rock and metal, mm-hmm. and then from there, I sort of went a bit more electro, and then from there, all the borders came crashing down, and and boxes and genres stopped meaning anything. And I realised that literally, when you sort of break it down, it's like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's like it's grime, gangster, jazz hop,
metal. Yeah.
Everyone wants to be sort of alone in their own space, and I get that. And you don't want to feel like you want to feel like you're bringing something new to the table, and I get that too. But I'm now at the stage where if I like, it's going to sound, this is always, the sound of that, that's all right. Who is it? It's Kesha. Oh, okay. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of, I don't see genres, Matt.
You're pulling that card, are you?
I'm post-genre, Matt. Yeah. Simple terms, I'm a rocker, essentially.
Yeah, but like a rocker with an open heart. So you're welcome to kind of like dip in and out of other bits and bobs. And I feel like we're quite similar in that way. I like my flagstone is with rock and metal, but also hey, if it's a good song, it's a good song. I'm down for that. You know what I mean? Like but also like this is it's about like 2 minutes gone by, but I still haven't really got over how you pronounce heyday earlier. It's heyday. It was very nice. I enjoyed it.
That's a Gavin Webster.
Is it?
That's a Gavin Webster.
That
thing.
Makes so much more sense.
It's about his pandas.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's going to be hard to explain for listeners who don't know who Gavin is or what the panda routine is. But hey.
Okay. Just for the benefit of the edit, in my heyday. So if you want to edit that in, if you want to go back and just drop that in, I will sound weird and robotic just for a moment there, but it'll make sense to anybody who doesn't know who Gavin Webster is. And if you don't know who Gavin Webster is, you bloody well should.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Go and listen to, go and watch his stand-up show. It's really fantastic. So we'll try and get him on the podcast sometime. But let's not do the admin now. Let's talk more about your amazing tastes and your growth. And am I right in thinking that you play guitar as well?
If you've picked up a paintbrush, you're a painter, right?
Carry on your philosophy, and I would want you to hear what you're saying for the rest of it.
If you've picked up a paintbrush, you're a painter. If you've painted a picture, you're a painter. No one can take that away from you. So in those terms, yes, I am a guitarist.
You kind of sound like, this definitely happened to me when I was a comedian. Like, when you first start in comedy, like, the first time you do a paid gig for £10, which actually costs you £25 to get there, you're like, wow, I'm a professional comedian.
Professional comedian,
yeah, that's
right.
What, yeah. You're not, are you? You just do it for fun.
No. No, I know, but like I'm just trying to couch my skill level with the right amount of caution. I've held one, I've strummed one. I know some of the shapes. I know what a G is. I know. I know.
I know what a G is. Hey.
I know how to find. Yeah, I know how to find a minor and a suspended summit or other. I don't. I'm not good. I'm not a good guitarist by any stretch of the imagination.
You've got some basics. You've got basics. I like.
I was going to see how you were going to defend me.
Hey, I like it. I think that's pretty cool, though. I think like it's okay to. I feel like you're being quite modest, to be fair. And I think you are a very humble person, so you wouldn't be like, yeah, I'd like to shred on my axe, kind of thing. Like, but I imagine I imagine you're quite good.
This is actually. There's no modesty here. I am cold. In regards to my guitar playing ability, I'm a cold hard realist, and no, not good. Not good at all. I used to play the organ. I used to play the organ, with the two levels of keys and the pedal. I used to play that when I was a kid, and I got quite good at that for a bit. With music, I couldn't freestyle.
Yeah.
I was always annoyed at my parents over giving me the organ to learn, because even though I could go into any church and rock out, it's not really a very sexy. It's not really a very sexy instrument, is it? You don't go wandering into some sort of murky club and just or maybe there's no organs in hotel foyers, is there? I can't go and be a nuisance in a train station or an airport. I can't just go. It's gonna start rocking out the Rick Wakeman,
Yeah, like you're at a house party. Someone chatting to you. You're getting along very well. It's like, hey, here's my organ. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I mean, it was. So I can play that. I think I got my first couple of grades of drumming, drummings, but that was in school, so that's ages ago. And beyond that, I'm a singer, so
yeah,
I always, whenever somebody says, whenever I don't include singing as an instrument, all of my musical mates say, wait, hey now. That is you're doing yourself a disservice. That is an instrument by any stretch of the imagination.
Absolutely. And did you ever want to be like a full-time musician or like kind of in a rock band or anything like that?
Yes, I did. In fact, yes, I was. Well, no, I wasn't a rock star, but like I was in bands. I think I was in like 4 bands over the course.
Do you know the names of them?
Yes, I do. First band I was in was called Measure for Measure. They were a covers band, and I was basically a backing singer. In fact, that was why I left, because I didn't feel like I was getting any songs. I think I was given one song to lead on, and it was an ego thing, evidently, but it wasn't an ego thing. It was I'm standing here like a plum, and you guys, they were splitting the songs between these 2 other guys, and I was doing all the oohs and the doo-wops and the whatevers, and the yeahs, and then I got given Keep On Running, which is fine. I don't mind Keep On Running, but it wasn't my fave of the songs, and I just felt like I was not wasting my time. Some of it was fun, but yeah. So I flounced away from that band. And then I was in a band called Middle of the Road, which again was another covers band. This is like with guys from school and guys they knew. And then after that, I was in a band called Rise, which is the band that is really quite close to my heart. Insofar as it was with my best mates, and we wrote our own stuff, and we tried with that band, and we were a bit sort of schizophrenic in terms of our sound. Basically, what I'm saying is we didn't settle on one, and we were doing silly, jokey songs, and we were doing these heavier songs like rocker songs, the occasional sort of ballady, sweet sort of paying to lost love or whatever, and
because you don't want to go from like Enter Sandman to 9 to 5. Do you know what I mean? It's too jarring. You know, it's too
well,
much.
You haven't heard my lineup yet, so so
yeah.
I mean, I think that was one of our problems insofar as we were a bit sort of up and down in energy. But then the thing is, you don't want a massive slow low section, really, in my opinion. That sort of, I mean, I don't know, maybe you do, but that was that was my big love, that band, of the bands I was in. And then whilst I was in that band, another band called Nowhere Near the Garden, their singer had to go home because he was partaking of certain compounds with much enthusiasm.
It's the way you said it was like you're on a Radio 4 panel show where you're not allowed to say the right words. The other singer had issues, had substance issues, and he had to go. Well, he didn't have to go, but he chose to sort of go and get himself sorted, and it took him out of the country basically. So they were left without a singer, and they said, "Oh, you can sing. Do you want to come and sing for us?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool. As long as it doesn't disrupt the band I'm in, then cool. I'll come and do some stuff for you." And what was great about that is that they'd won a competition at that point, and they were performing at Glastonbury that year. Wow!
So I was in a band that played Glastonbury, which is pretty cool.
Wow, that's amazing. How was that experience?
It was ace. I mean, we were on at like 10 in the morning on one of the smallest stages.
Literally does not matter. Like, you could have sold that for the rest of this episode. You were like, "Yeah, I played Glastonbury." That's you're like technically the most highly qualified person we've had on a podcast for that reason.
It was so funny because it was so bright outside this tent. And you could see people up on the hill sort of opening their tents to look at and go, "Have things started already?" Who's playing a set at this hour? And it was, but it was great. There were people there, and it was exciting. And I've got pictures of it, and it was super cool. And I got to see Paul McCartney.
Oh, that's lovely.
He was there, but I did have to stand all the way through Black Eyed Peas to do that, so it wasn't all good.
Well, without further ado, I think it's time to head over to see the background information of your festival. Let's go over and set up camp. Hello and welcome to Season 4 of Castival. What a delight it is to have you back here. If you'd like to help support the podcast, because this is an ad-free podcast, there's many ways you can do that. You can follow me at Matt House Comedy on the social medias like Instagram and Twitter, and watch me do live performances on Twitch. I'm still doing Twitch throughout the summers and from 2021 onwards, so please do follow me there. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Matt House Comedy. If you'd like to, you can also read my book, available from my website, www.matthousecomedy.com. It's called Purify. On top of that, make sure to join the Patreon, where there's extra bonus content every single week. If you like my streams, there's some stuff there. And if you wanted to help the podcast specifically, make sure to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or whichever podcast provider that you use. And do share with friends. Other than that, enjoy this very special episode of Castival. Get ready for a gratuitous guitar solo! Here we go for 14 minutes! Before we have your dream festival, let's find out some basic stuff about your festival, Rob. What is the name of your festival?
Right, I've got 3, and I'm not sure which one to go with. So I'm going to judge them by your reaction, and also my own gut. And so we've got Kempstonbury.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
I mean, that wasn't the reaction I wanted, so I'm not.
All right, sorry. What more do you want from me?
I want you to go or something.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, we'll see.
All right.
Or okay, the Rob Kemp Festival. Thank you, actually. No, okay, not that one. Okay, then we're gonna have to go with Kempachella.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
To be quite honest, it was always called that. I just wanted to...
Right, so thanks for throwing me under the bus, Rob. Can you laugh at these two other jokes which I prepared? And if you don't, you're going to sound like a dickhead in your own podcast. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
There was obviously I think Kempachella is the best of those. Well, by a country mile, let's be honest.
Well, I did like the first one as well. But you weren't having it, mate. Weren't having it. Kempachella, it is.
No.
And whereabouts geographically would you like your festival to be held?
Right, it's going to be probably in the Alps.
Whoa! Well, this is a left hook. Tell me more.
I'm guessing this is untrodden ground.
Literally, yeah. It's a very high up.
Right. Okay. So I enjoy snow sports, and there's definitely one. There's a couple of music festivals that happen in the mountains. One of them's called Snow Bombing, and I can't remember any of the other name of them. But they happen in Austria, I think. Is it Meyerhofen? There's a comedy festival that happens there as well.
Yes, I've seen the comedy festival.
So they have these festivals, and so I loved snow sports. So there's nothing better than end of a day hitting the après ski. That's after ski. That's a real thing. Hitting the after ski.
See, that's an even better title. After ski.
Get having some drinks, and there being some bands just kicking off all over the place. And so I appreciate that it's an inconvenience in a lot of ways. And it adds to the cost factor.
Yeah.
But in terms of combining some things that I love and wanting this to be sort of a memorable thing, I'd like it to be in the Alps.
Yeah, I like it because it sounds quite sophisticated in cultures. Like, oh, we're just kind of a quick ski down there in the mountain. Oh, what's that? Oh, the Black Eyed Peas are on as well, so let's go and see them.
Oh, no, they're not. No, they are not.
Oh, why not?
Nice try. Nice try, Matt, but they're not on.
I've got to ask, Rob, where's the love, mate? Where's the love? There's no love there. They were all right. Yeah, I can't hate on them. That's not my IP, is it? Not my IP, my USP. Your IP address is not with Black Eyed
My
Peas.
IP. I'm not known for hating on stuff, and I'm not in a hurry to be that guy either, to be honest.
Fair dues, mate. Absolutely fair dues. And so I guess there's no camping at your festival. Am I right?
Let's not go mad, Matt. Let's. I'm willing to let anybody who wants to do that, do that. If the amenities of the local alpine town, if all of the galettes and the raclettes and the galettes and the all of that malarkey, if that's not for you, and you want to brave the slopes at that sort of hour, then cool. Then you feel there is camping. Yeah, there is.
There's camping.
I will not be camping.
Yeah, that's my next question. Like, will you be joining the suicidal? Being like, you know what? Let's go outside and just camp in the freezer. Maybe you get a free ticket if you camp for outside. You know what I mean?
Sure. I'm sure. I mean, when I did actually make a note of what the entry cost was, and I just said, well, it's included in your lift pass.
Oh, and how much is the lift?
I mean, it varies from. This is stopped being a music festival podcast, and it's turned into a ski resort podcast.
See, you know what? This has happened a few times, not with ski resorts, but someone's like, "Oh, we're gonna go for a nice massage and have a nice time, and we're gonna do this." It's like, it's not a music festival anymore. It's just what you want to do on your day off. Like, stick to the script, okay? Stick to the script, all right? All right.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, music.
it's a music festival, but surrounded by a lot of snow and mountains. So if you happen to go skiing, fair enough. But that's not what you're there for, is it, Rob? You're there for the music.
I'm there for the music. Oh, okay then.
By the way, just to clarify, I am teasing. Do what you want. I'm just here for a nice time.
To address your question, anybody, like what I'm saying is, because of where it is, there is no fence.
Ooh, like make it there and you're there.
So yeah, if you can get there, if you can, drag everything you need, all your things and your stuff, and you can get there safely, you're in.
Nice.
To everybody else, it's free with a lift pass.
Ooh, I like that very much. And yeah, I that sounds it's very. You brought a really innovative festival here, and I think it sounds really very interesting. And but what role would you take at your festival? Are you going to be the kind of person who kind of is there enjoying the champagne at the ski lodge? Are you going to be backstage trying to manage everything single-handedly? What's your vibe, and what kind of role would you take there?
Well, I figure that since I am the madman that has wrought this particular endeavour upon the world, I should probably be milling around like Michael Eavis. I should probably be that guy. I should probably be. I'll be contactable. I'll have my headphone in, but I'm going to be watching the bands. Don't be mistaken. I'm going to be there watching the.
You're ready for an emergency, but you're having a nice time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
Like that. I think Michael Eavis is the best approach for that. You know what I mean? Like, you're there to enjoy it, but you've got to do some duties too.
Yeah, I think that because of the nature of this, primarily, I want to enjoy it.
Yeah. But
hopefully, some people will be of the same mind as me, and therefore will also enjoy it. I mean, there's got to be other people out there who enjoy, Mr. Bungle, and who would people enjoy a stage where the bands are only allowed to play album tracks and B-sides?
Oh, how you know what? I think this is already, you've kind of baited me here because this is already too exciting. So why don't we head straight into your main stage? Because this why wait? Let's go into it. So let's go through the main gates and see your main stage.
Needed a wee late last night, and I've got no place to go. I took a wrong turn, and now I'm here. I'm pissing in the field. Pissing in the field.
So, Rob, is it a 3-day festival, or how long is the festival for you?
I did wonder about this, and I think the festival is going to go on until I've seen all of the things that I want to see.
Okay, now this is I'm not saying you this is you, but I'm just saying it has potential to be spoiled brat territory. No, it's not finished until I say it's finished. All right,
it's my party. You can all go if you want. I'm not keeping you here.
Let me get my organ out. Come on.
What I mean is, I've got all these things together. Okay then, alright then, okay. It's a 3-day festival, but it'll be the same lineup every year until I've seen everything. How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's genuinely so funny. Right, we're going to have them on again. I know you've seen them 3 times, but they're going to do the same set until I can go back to see them. And even after they get up at 10 o'clock in the morning and see them when everyone else is asleep, but I'm still playing, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I want. That's what I want.
That's perfect.
It does kind of do away with one of the. I was going to have the +1 stage. Mm-hmm. Like a TV channel where you can see what you missed while you were elsewhere.
Oh, that's so good.
But an hour later, because don't you hate that? Is that not something that we've all hated at festivals, where you can't see? I couldn't see. Was it Biffy Clyro one year because they were on at the same time as. I can't remember who was on at the main stage now. That's how much I really enjoyed them. But it was one of those things where you go, you want to be able to go. Although I am going to make it far away. I'm going to make that stage is going to be far away from everywhere else.
It's an hour away, meaning that it's actually impossible to see the band anyway.
But it's okay. Come back next year.
Yeah. That's a plus 365 as well. So that stage. But yeah, I like the +1 stage. That sounds really cool. And I definitely am a person who misses that. But there should actually, genuinely, there should be a +1 stage at normal festivals where it takes the most clash bands of the weekend and they have another turn at it. Yeah, I mean, like I think that'd be so cool, right?
Right. I mean, I appreciate that when you've got your two site festivals like your Reading and your Leeds and that, where a band will play the one and then go to the other. Mm-hmm. So arguably, if you really love a band and you've got 2 one-day tickets at separate festivals, you could go and see them twice. Mm-hmm. You could, but I don't know why they don't have more than one. Why not have more than one performance of each band? Or is that kind of ruining the specialness?
Well, I was thinking as I was saying it, it's like, maybe if they can just see him on another time, wouldn't you just go to see him over time anyway? Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe I've just destroyed my own point, but do you know what I mean?
I think next year's Kempachella might be getting cancelled.
For so many reasons.
I'm having festival doubt now.
Oh no, the worst kind of doubt.
I mean, obviously, I don't want to be a spoiled brat, but you have literally given me the keys to the kingdom. You've given me God mode in my own game. You're like, go on.
Yeah, and then for my kind of job, I didn't realise this until now, but my job as God mode, whilst you're in God mode, it's just be going, is that what you've chosen to do in your God mode? Is that it? Is this what you squandered your powers on?
Well, the thing is, the worst thing about this is that I know full well that as soon as you have God mode in any game, that game stops being fun really quickly, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, it's that whole. If you're sort of drip fed skills and abilities and areas of the map and exciting new enemies and the difficulty level is sort of, slowly incrementally increasing, that's a fun experience. If you get the farm at the start, that quickly becomes you don't want the most powerful weapon in the game at the start, do you?
No, absolutely. You got to earn it. Yeah, I mean, you got to fight for it. But,
okay, the +1 stage is closed.
Oh no!
We've lost it. I've talked myself out of it. I don't want it anymore.
I can't wait for you to do that for the whole festival. You know what? I don't even like music. Like, what's the point?
You could have talked me out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh well, thanks, Matt.
Well, thank you for coming on, Rob. It's always a pleasure. Did you? Did you have any other stages, one-off stages you want to talk about first? Because you mentioned your B-side stage. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. I mean, it's a massive grievance of mine. Is it a festival grievance or is it just a gig grievance? Where bands, I know they've got to play some of their hits and they've got to keep a broader audience. Because you go and see a band, to see them, you've bought a ticket for that name. They can do what they want because they know they've got you. That you're a fan. Mm-hmm. But or you're trying to learn about them enough to be a fan. But if you're at a festival, there's no guarantee that you enjoy the band that's on stage, is there?
No.
You could just be waiting through the Black Eyed Peas to see Paul McCartney.
It sounds like a northern slang phrase. You know what I mean? Are you waiting for the Black Eyed Peas? You know what I mean? It sounds like something like good advice. You know what I mean? It's nice.
Well, there's that 9 Inch Nails song, "The Way Out Is Through," and that's like sort of a thing. You've got to go through some stuff to get to where you want to be as a sort of a life philosophy, and that is the sort of a slightly more fun version of that. You got to watch the Black Eyed Peas to get to Paul McCartney. Yeah. But yeah, so I want to hear interesting B-sides and album tracks that never get played, and like the song that somebody did for a soundtrack or something. I want to hear those songs. Like,
yeah, absolutely. So, which bands would you include in this, and like, which ones would stand out the most for you?
well, I'm a massive Blur fan, and I've seen them a bunch of times, but they've never played Colin Zeal or Ultranol, and I want to hear them. So there's them, but they're probably gonna be on the main stage as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. On this stage, I assume you're kind of giving them a script, going like, right, I want you to play these songs, and if you deviate from them, I'll be very upset. Or are you telling them, hey, just do some B-sides? Or like, are you... And is that the same philosophy? Do you do anything like that for the rest of your stage? Are you kind of dictating what's happening, or are you just letting them choose what they want?
I mean, I'm not gonna smite them or send them to the cornfield. I'm not gonna.
Even though you're in God mode, so...
I'm not gonna. No one's getting turned into a Jack in the Box. No have to worry.
Witchcraft Rob, yeah.
No, I'll. It's not advisory. That is the name of the stage. You've got to do that. It's the B-sides and album track stage. You're not allowed to go wheeling out your hits. You've got to play. You've got to play the songs that I want. Not I want to hear, but like you don't. Listen, Matt. If you go over to the album tracks and B-sides stage to go and hear Wonderwall or whatever, then you're in the wrong place, mate.
Absolutely.
You're in the wrong place.
Yeah,
you're getting Underneath the Sky. You're getting I don't know, Talk Tonight.
Yeah.
So you're getting that. You're getting No Monsters in Me and Ultranol and I've literally just done Oasis and Blur.
That's what the stage is. Yeah.
My music taste is so eclectic. I know both of the big bands from the 90s Britpop.
Tell you what, you're going to have to cancel that stage too now. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh, this is awful. So, okay, how about this then? This is another one that I wanted to have there. Your first gig stage.
Oh, hello. Tell me more about that.
Okay, so you go there, and I mean, you only have to ever go there once unless you want to re-experience the gig that you had. But like, when I visit your first gig stage, and when I say your first gig, I mean like not like some school recital or whatever. I'm on about the first sort of the first one where you sort of like were feeling like you were in a little bit of danger. And you sort of like was like, oh, and you're in it like you sort of felt the electricity of strangers and the performance opened up your eyes to things.
Yes, yeah.
That one. And yeah. I mean, hopefully that is your first gig, but if it's not, tough. because like my first gig was it was the Firestarter Tour Prodigy show in Wolverhampton.
Wow! Oh my god! I feel like
Firestarter, Fat of the Land. Sorry, Fat of the Land. Yeah.
But still, that's a sick. That's must be like a brutal first gig to go to. Do you know what I mean? That's
it was so good.
Yeah,
it was so good. After everything was finished, they were playing. I thought this is what happened at every show, but what happened was the show ended. And then a DJ started playing some dance tunes, and everybody just stayed and danced.
Wow!
And it was amazing. And I just remember thinking, wow, gigs, this is the best thing. Woo! And then I went to other gigs, and they were not like that. You were quickly ushered to the door. Quick, it's done. Fuck off. Come on, you're done. Get out of here.
And yeah, absolutely, and I feel like we had very not different, but different types of first gig because you went to the Prodigy in their kind of may I say in the He-Dee.
In the He-Dee.
And
copyright Gavin Webster. and most of Newcastle.
I went to Newcastle to see Razorlight in 2006, I believe, 2006 to 2007. That was my first ever gig, and
that was your first ever gig.
Yeah,
no way, man.
It was nice. It was like I wouldn't usually go to stadium. I wouldn't pick to go to stadiums, but there was my first one, and I really enjoyed it. And it was just nice, if you know what I mean. Like it was nice to kind of see live music in that way. And I went with my family, so it was quite a bit more safe, if you know what I mean. So
yeah. Of course. I mean, I think if your band has gone past the point of playing sweaty civic halls and what have you, then I understand. You want to go and see them in an arena, and I get that, and by all means do. But I think the experience loses something. Like comedy, everything loses something with distance.
Yeah.
You want to be crammed into a sweaty box.
Yeah.
Or apart from at a festival where the vibe's different anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like festivals feel like everybody's finished doing their gigs and they've come to do they're doing a turn at the Christmas party,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
It's like I know it's still work for them, and I realise they're still just doing what they're doing, but there's a different attitude to it as far as I can see, and I suppose it's because I don't know, maybe it's not.
I think this is a very, very interesting chat here, and I like your perspective on things. I think those stage ideas sound fantastic. Did you have any other ones, or
I've got stuff, man.
I tell you what, how about we drip feed them for the episode?
Let's dive headlong into it.
So who have you got open up your Friday?
Well, okay, not one of my favourite bands, but
always a great start. But yeah,
I like them.
Black Eyed Peas.
And I've never seen them, but I would like to see the spectacle of. Bear in mind, so this is after skiing is finished, which is like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, surrounded by snow. I want to see Rammstein. I want to see. I want to see everything that is entailed in a Rammstein. I want to see them do their thing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All explosions and spaffing cod pieces and flamethrowers and all that.
So it's very for anyone who doesn't know Rammstein, they're a German industrial metal band where quite obviously internationally quite famous, quite visceral shows and quite spectacles. I know for years they weren't allowed to perform at Download because of the East Midlands Airport nearby, so because they couldn't have it because of the fireworks and stuff like that. But that's the kind of show it's all about. And I went to see them at Sonosphere one year, and basically, as Rob mentioned, they closed the set by shooting spunk out of a cock. Not actual spunk, but yeah, I mean, it's confetti spunk. So
it's not that kind of show.
I've seen some of the music videos, so I imagine on top of a mountain. That's dangerous, isn't it? You're just starting an avalanche should be quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I like it.
Yeah, so if you're not already on your way down,
yeah,
you better get a wriggle on.
Yeah, if you don't get there in time, you're dead. So,
that's right. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this festival it takes place on New Year's Eve.
Whoa! Hold on. Hello.
We didn't cover that.
Oh, that's big news. So, is it on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and then the day after New Year's Day?
Yeah, I mean,
or
yeah.
What?
Yeah. It'll be. Or would it be better to go the day before New Year's Eve? Everyone, I don't know. Have people got more partying in them after New Year's Eve?
I feel that Saturday, New Year's Eve
needs to be New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does. New Year's Eve, right. The reasoning is this. I remember having lots of great New Year's Eve pies and do's and stuff. And that feels like the past now. I feel like that's behind me, and I don't know why New Year's Eve never seems to be what it was anymore. And maybe that's expectation, and maybe that's what I don't think any of my more recent New Year's Eves have lived up to my expectation or my memory of New Year's Eve. And as I said, that might be a damning indictment of me as company, or
no,
or it just means that everything maybe I peaked, and I don't know, and therefore I need to go hard and I need to go big, and it needs to be spectacular, and therefore it's going to be an insane music festival on a mountain over New Year's Eve.
With Rammstein opening up the festival. This is
Yes.
like you're going big early on. Rammstein, who could have been a headliner at this festival, opening, which is strong stuff. I like it a lot. You're bringing a lot of freshness to this, and I know it's just a ski resort for you, but for me it's a music festival, and I'm enjoying it. Okay, it's great. So after Rammstein, who do you have?
Right, after Rammstein, I've got John Williams and...
Yeah.
Let's go with... I'll let him choose the orchestra, but, let's say maybe London Philharmonic, right?
Yeah.
And they are playing his hits. There's, those... What's the kind of stage that sort of juts out into the crowd?
Like, I don't know the term, but I know what you mean. Like, so that
we've got one of those, right?
Yeah.
And on there, we have recreations of the scenes from the films that those bits of music come from, featuring the original actors.
Wow! Oh my god!
Right.
Now, Ella, like one thing we kind of neglected to talk about earlier, and I feel very cynical pointing out now, but how much is a ticket to this festival? Because you say it's free, but that's expensive.
It's the lift pass. It's the lift pass. Obviously
you keep on saying lift pass, but I don't know what that means.
It's like I don't know, £200 or something.
Yeah, fair dues. But that's
it's probably. I mean, that probably shows when I last went skiing.
Yeah,
it's probably like more than that now, especially post Brexit.
Yeah. Bloody.
So yeah.
So tell me more about this. What kind of scenes do you want to see? I'm kind of picturing that you recreate a dinosaur. It comes out, comes out the ground.
Yeah,
what I mean, it's nice.
We've got warhorse style Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, nice.
Just sort of suddenly climbing up from the back of the stage and tipping over a balsa wood Land Rover. And then we've got we've got a young Mark Hamill swinging across a chasm, and we've got Dumbledore putting out all the street lights, and we've got Christopher Reeve flying across the thing, and we've got Liam Neeson rescuing some Jews. Get in there with all the John Williams classics.
Yeah, and I just realised because back in when I was a really young adult, about like when I first got a first mobile phone, like a Nokia 3310, I remember you had to go to a website to download ringtones for free. Like you would you type it into the website and then they get sent to your phone and stuff like that. And I realised all the ones you just mentioned there, apart from one of them, and try and guess which one, all the theme tunes were on were my ringtones there as well. So
well, it's funny you say that because one of my other stages is the Nokia 3310 ringtone stage.
Are you actually joking?
I am joking, of course I'm joking.
Oh my! Don't do that to me, Rob. That was rude.
No, but I mean, of course, there could be one. I mean, there's all those musicians that make music using Game Boy chips and that, the chipsets from all the old consoles. It's all very 8-bit and that, Anna Managuchi and all that.
And I think Horse the Band also.
Horse the Band, they've got.
Yeah, a lot of actors will be there as well. But yeah, I love that a lot. And that's but after John Williams, so it goes Rammstein, then John Williams, and earlier I used the comparison of Metallica to Dolly Parton, and I feel like that's been blown away already. You're already blowing my mind. So who was after John Williams?
After John Williams, running all the way over from the B-sides and album tracks stage, I have got Blur. They've got, and I want them to be the Modern Life era.
Yes. Yeah.
They've got to be modern life era. They've got to have all that sort of bounce and exuberance. And I want to finally hear Day Upon Day live.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be there.
And are they headlining that night?
No.
Okay, all right.
No, not at all. No way, no how.
may I ask how many acts you've got on per night? Because all you said so far, you've got a long list, and I heard the paper ruffle. And
yeah. I mean, I did start writing individual stages as well, like individual music stages for that. Oh, by the way, I've just seen a note that I wrote. The big festivals where they list the bands that are on,
mm-hmm.
and they go all the way down your back in terms of
like a t-shirt,
a t-shirt was on. We haven't quite mastered the technology for this yet, but when you buy the t-shirt, it highlights the bands that you watched.
Whoa! Like when you get not the same technology, but when you get those scratch maps where you put them up on your wall, you scratch off where you went, and similar to that. I like it.
But I would quite like them to have some sort of, I don't know,
tech in them.
fiber optic glow in them, because it's the same lineup next year, so you can sort of tick them off, can't you?
Like a safari park, yeah.
Yeah, I would be to see the zebras. Now over to run the jewels.
Get your ski boots on. Let's go. But yeah, okay. I like that a lot. That's I'm gonna say, this lift pass is doing wonders for your festival. It's very cost effective. But
I mean, the problem is, as I say, when you're giving me God mode, and I know how ridiculous it is. Actually, I'll tell you, this is how ridiculous God mode is, because closing out Friday then, since I'm told that that's enough.
I did not say that, Rob. No, I was trying to be very good as a host, just kind of gently encouraging it, but you're like, no, he said no to my great machinations. You know what I mean? Sorry. Tell you what, tell us who's closing out Friday, and then I want to just go back to Blur after that. But I want to hear who's headlining your Friday.
Okay. Given that you've given me God mode,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Closing out Friday. Is Prince.
Yes.
But, or rather, as the multi-instrumentalist that he is, he's playing everything.
Whoa.
And I mean, literally, there might be 10 of him on stage.
Wow. So there's some kind of time rift at your festival, meaning that you can kind of go around, do it again. There's a +1 which has been cancelled, but Prince has kind of come back doing all the instruments. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, and I don't mean, I'm not talking Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins one-man band. Prince is doing all the instruments, which, by the way, now that I've said it out loud.
Please let him do that. You've got a harmonica. Yeah.
I want that more than what I was going to argue for now. I do want him to be doing his one man. Actually, no, yeah, fuck it. We've got Prince with a big bass drum on his back,
tambourines on his shins, and
what I was aiming for was Prince.
There's a lot of versions of him on stage.
There's a lot of versions of him, and they're all playing all of the things that he could play. And so if I don't know how adept he was at the theremin, but if he ever needed a theremin and he didn't use it, then he's gonna have to get another instrumentalist in. Is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So he's playing all the things he can play, and only that.
Ah, wow!
Only that.
Come on, Prince, get your fucking act together, mate. Come on. But I think that sounds. And also, we've had Prince on before, but never Prince on a Friday night. And I think Prince is an excellent closer, and it definitely sets the tone right for that Friday. And actually, though I kind of lightly joked around earlier, I actually think there's a theme there, a Friday night theme from Rammstein to John Williams to Blur to Prince. It kind of works, I like it. It's a bit
kind of works.
Yeah, I like it.
Son of a bitch.
No, it's a fantastic festival, but I'm just saying thematically, because I was worried it's going to be like all over the place, but it's not. It works really well. It's tied together very nicely.
I'm very glad. Very glad. Do you think so? I planned this, and I'm definitely not reading from a list that I scribbled on this piece of paper. No, there was definitely thought. It's just I perhaps have not been quite as fastidious in my timing and detailing.
No, it's please don't not take it as a knock. I just think it's I think I'm just trying to credit you to your fantastic lineup. It's good, but I just want to ask one quick question about Blur. And you said that you wanted them to play Day Upon Day. What does that song mean to you?
Oh no, it's not that it's a specifically that song. It means everything to me as much as it. When I say that, I mean like any song that I never heard. You know, I want to hear them in that era because I didn't see them live until their 5th album.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was a fan from Parklife, but I never, and then went back. But when I say like I'd heard the singles and enjoyed them, but I never really got into them. Mm-hmm. And then you, I never actually saw them until the Blur. In the Here Dear, the Blur. I didn't see them until the Blur album, and so I would like to have seen them. And I'm not saying they've gotten less good. You know, I love them, but I just would like to have seen them in their sweat. Like the thing is, and maybe this is an attitude that society needs to change, but you can't write My Generation in your 50s.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know, you can't, get all snotty and sweaty and, stick your fingers up to authority. I mean, you can, and maybe you should, and we should have this attitude. We shouldn't have this attitude of people being past their prime or on the way out or whatever, and lose interest in people just because they've been kicking around for a while, or someone can't emerge in those later years. But you tend not to be able to do that, and I would like to see that sort of. I don't know if you've seen Star Shaped, the tour documentary.
No, I haven't. No.
But I want to see the sweaty, vomiting, pogoing, knocking the speakers over Jack Damon. I want to see. I don't particularly want to enjoy the fact that at this point Graham Coxon is pretty much an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of. That's the sort of era of a band that you get excited about when you're first getting into. Even though I missed it. Even though I know that was it. Do you know what I mean? Like you look back at a band and you see you hear about them and you see what they were up to and you just go, I missed it and I wish I hadn't.
Oh well, you know what? But I feel like maybe that's what the +1 stage is all about, and the whole festival's all about. Like you don't want to miss a thing, so it goes on indefinitely until you do.
Oh my god, this is like psychotherapy, isn't it?
Wow, yeah.
I've got FOMO, man. I've got real serious fear of missing out. I've got it's not all nostalgia, but it's all sort of. There's loads of I need to get there and do this and see this. And I've got I'm talking about having a +1 stage. I'm talking about having the same lineup next year. I'm talking about having the first gig I ever saw. Jesus Christ, I'm living in the past, mate. This is awful.
No,
cancel everything. Cancel the festival.
Yeah,
everything's terrible.
Yeah. Let's get our ski boots on and leave this place forever. Oh wait, we can't.
It's awful.
It's Rammstein have blocked the exits with their avalanche. Oh no.
Oh no, we're staying. Oh well, we might as well see what Saturday holds.
Oh, that was good. That was fantastic transit. Oh my god, I was just waiting for a chance to segue, but you did it before me. Oh, that was lovely stuff. So let's just snap onto your Saturday, because I'm sure there's a lot to crack on with. So who's opening up your Saturday morning or afternoon, evening?
Well, it's going to be sort of like, again, like 4 p.m.,
Yeah.
5 p.m. post
Ski
post ski. I'd like Less Than Jake.
Oh, now that is a good way to start your Saturday. And how would you describe Less Than Jake? Like a kind of a pop punk? Is it like got like ska and stuff like to it as well? Or
Yeah,
like,
ska punk.
Yeah.
Ska punk. I'm no disrespect to them, but I want to go back a few iterations. I want to go. I want to go back to. I want to go back to the period where there was like 6, 7 of them, and they got their own sort of on the road proper brass section, and they got. I mean, there was a guy they basically had a bez. They had a guy whose job it was he wore a massive skull head. He was like a Pez. He was a Pez dispenser, by the way. So essentially, because they had this whole thing about Pez.
Yeah.
So he looked like he got a massive skull head to be a Pez dispenser, and he was a guy in a suit wearing a massive skull, and he would skank and do all the dancing, and he would fire. Well, in the later bigger shows, he would fire, confetti into the audience and stuff. I mean, it's all sounding rather camp and like a magic show now.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It was all part of the
When
of
they
that.
pulled a
Sort
bunny out the hat.
of, so like again, it's the young hungry band, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like it to be post Hello Rockview, but still hungry for it.
Well, I think that'd be a great way to start, and I kind of feel that, as I say, like it's, I feel you can't go wrong with having them open. Do you know what I mean? Because like they're very amenable, and everyone's gonna have a nice time on the Saturday, even if you feel a little bit hungover, you're a bit overwhelmed because Blur came back and Prince did a one-man band, and it's you've gone back to Less Than Jake is a nice starting point for that day.
Yeah, a lot of some upbeat energy.
And who do they lead on to?
They lead on to Lizzo.
Oh, goddamn yes, please.
With all of her upbeat energy.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't nonplussed. I wasn't like uninterested in Lizzo. Like I'd heard Juice. I love Juice.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see her at Glastonbury. And she was amazing.
Yeah,
she was absolutely amazing, and she was just. There's not enough positivity. I mean, there is obviously it's around you, but it's like there's things. Positivity seems to need to be tinged with cynicism or some sort of like wry knowing. Yeah, well, or sincere, open, honest positivity about about yourself and what you're worth, and not in a sort of a cringeworthy, you go girl, like sort of thing. It's not purely for girls either.
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
Everybody should be feeling good about themselves, and she pushes this message of positivity and being happy with yourself, and it's so good. She's so good.
I couldn't agree more because so I think Lizzo is probably the most popular choice on this podcast, but for good reason. And I know that at the end of season 3, Ben Clark from Pappy's mentioned that Lizzo's Tiny Desk gig, which is on YouTube, and tiny desk gigs are ones where a lot of famous acts do a tiny desk in YouTube. It's a really cool series, and watching her do 15 minutes of her material, but like it was like a spiritual event, just watching her connect with the crowd and really just utilize every moment of that. Every second of that gig was so well spent and like magic, And I think that but with Glastonbury and any festival, she lights it up. She knows how to have the intimate moments as well as the legendary moments too.
Yeah, so true. So I've got nothing to add to that. Yeah, she was brilliant, and I want her at my thing.
Absolutely, and yes.
On that note, I did have another stage.
Yes, tell me more.
The classic festival performance stage.
Do elaborate on that.
Literally, I want Nirvana from '92. I want Hendrix from the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
I want the 2004 Muse show where they closed out the Sunday, I think it was. I want every Radiohead Pyramid stage appearance. Yeah, why not? All the if you on the classic festival performance stage, you'll see all the classic festival performances.
Wow.
Even the ones where it all went a bit wrong, like Woodstock '99, Nine Inch Nails, who also will need to be back over at the main stage to close out Saturday.
Oh wow! Oh my god! Tell you what, I was just ready to do a really a funny callback, but you've segued before my very eyes, Rob. That was too good.
Never let it be said that I'm not a team player, man.
That's very true. But so Nine Inch Nails are closing out Saturday.
I mean, how many bands? Actually, sorry. Before them, I do have the Beatles.
Wait, what? 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 Wait, you're coming to my house. You're coming to my podcast, and you're saying that the Beatles are playing, but not headlining. What's going on? Defend that decision right now.
Well, it's another one of those. It's another one of those Prince situations because they're going to be performing their untourable stuff.
What? Okay. Now that you've got me hooked, reel me in.
So they'll be doing. They'll be playing they'll be playing A Day in the Life, and for that chord at the end where they had was it 15 pianos all playing that chord, or however many double-tracked pianos, and then there's that many pianos on stage, and they'll have the actual fairground the organs, all they're playing the tape as it goes, and literally they're doing everything as it happens live.
So let me just get a call to the production team here. It's Rob wants the Beatles to come back to their 1968. Oh, it was 1965 album, A Day in the Life. Get all the things, 15 grand pianos to play at the same time up a fucking mountain. That's what he wants. We can't get up there because the ramp sign have blocked the paths because of the snow. But hey, whatever you want, but at least there's a fucking lift pass. You know what I mean?
It's God mode. I've got God mode. You just said no. You said my festival.
Yeah,
you said I could have what I wanted, and I am going to have a tantrum in a minute if you tell me I can't.
I feel we're both being so childish about this. It's funny.
Actually,
no.
I am having scheduling doubts.
No, it sounds good.
No. You're right. I essentially, I wanted to commit to seeing Nine Inch Nails do. I want to see them in their downward spiral aesthetic, but I want to hear them include the Fragile in the playlist. So but I still want that sort of downward spiral level of self-destruction, and I mean it might not work together, to be honest, I don't know, but I want that sort of level of sort of middle fingers to the sky sort of thing. I want that, and I sort of thought that would be a really cathartic way to end a day, which is why I put them after the Beatles.
I'm going to put my foot down here, and I'm going to say I think you should have it the way you originally wanted it, because I feel that if that's for your goal and your dream, I think go for it. This is your dream festival. So who am I to bring realism to rain on your parade? I want you to have a nice time.
I can just hear I can just feel the buzz of everybody just sort of na 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 ing themselves for 10 minutes. And then there's that sort of buzz and that warmth. Oh, by the way, a thing I didn't mention, that not like anyone's going to be standing around waiting for ages because all of my stages are on sort of gimbals. They all sort of rotate.
Whoa.
So what's happening is, whilst someone's playing, the next band is able to prepare. So there's none of that sound
Yeah.
checking whilst you're waiting nonsense. And it will literally, I mean, we'll allow people toilet breaks and we'll allow people a chance to head to the bar if they really want to.
Yeah.
But we're talking like a quick turnaround, like a sort of a 5-10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
At which point the whole stage sort of starts rotating.
Whoa.
And then, so you're still on that sort of Hey Jude high, and then immediately Wish kicked in.
Yeah. Nice.
Wish I was something. You know what I mean? Like really get straight in.
Yeah. So it's kind of quite a jarring way to.
No. You're sort of already elated, and then it's like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Straight in there with the energy.
Okay, I get you. So instead of being like, so it's like it's a surprise, but it's like, whoa, 9 Inch Nails, here we go. You know what I mean? Like that sounded sarcastic, but I would try to get on board with it. You know what I mean? Like yeah. So what about 9 Inch Nails? Kind of are they like one of your favorite bands growing up, or like is it just someone you've grown to like over time, or what's their place?
They are one of my favourite bands now. I would love to say that they were one of my favourite bands always, but that would be a lie.
Mm-hmm.
What I distinctly remember during sixth form getting into Katie Higgins' car because she got a metro. Our school was really weird. Our school was odd insofar as there were 2 sites. Mm-hmm. There was like the main sort of lower school site, and then there was which was Martin, and then there was Leveson, which was basically across a quayway.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there was a bridge that you could walk between the schools, between the 2 sites, to go to you'd have lessons in the other site, and it was so. Or when you were a sixth former and you got a metro, you could jump in the metro and drive around the roads and get to the other school without crossing the bridge like a chump in the rain.
Of course,
you know. See you later, suckers. And so I remember getting into Katie Higgins' little blue metro, and she got a tape on, and I remember saying to her, "What the hell's this racket?" And she gave me the case because this was like a pre-recorded cassette, and it was 9 Inch Nails' Downward Spiral, and it must have planted a seed. It really must have, because I did get that album not long after, and it wasn't like I'd enjoyed it, especially in the car. No, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, maybe it was because maybe going to rock nights and hearing Closer or March of the Pigs or something, mm-hmm. and then hearing that, and then having that sort of subliminally fed into there. But I went and got that album from the library, obviously not that committed yet.
What I like has been like, I don't know, like I don't really imagine listening to 9 Inch Nails from a library. Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of feels, yeah.
Well, they don't edit it or anything. You can still get the full unexpurgated, version. You can still, there's no. They're not saying, oh, well, this has got some curse words, and I think it might be a bit blasphemous. No, so then I listened to that, and I haven't looked back, Matt.
Wow.
I have not looked back. I absolutely love them. I mean, I say them. I mean, I appreciate that it's mostly him.
Yeah.
It is mostly Trent Reznor. But he's got a vision. He's got like an idea of what he wants, and they're so precise. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I love that. I love that in a band. I remember I used to work as an electrician. I mean, I say that following coronavirus, I'm currently working as a builder.
Yeah.
But I used to work as an electrician before I started comedy.
Yeah.
And I remember I'd been sent somewhere down south to test I forgot his name. David, who's got the leisure centres? Anyway, so I was testing the electrics in one of these leisure centres, and then I'd got tickets to see A Perfect Circle in Birmingham that night, and I kept saying to the guy, will you be done so that I can get finished, because I need to get back to Birmingham because I've got tickets for this gig. And it was all very amenable and very cool and everything, but they were not sort of bending to my will. No, that's the opposite of amenable. No, what I mean is they said the right things, but they didn't do the right things, and then so by the time I was finished, I mean it wasn't late because obviously I had to get in my car and I had to drive north. It was south enough for me to be panicked about getting to this show, and I drove up the motorway. And got back, and I'd missed nearly all of the show, but my ticket was still valid, and they let me in, and I caught at the last 2 songs maybe.
Oh,
but
mate, that sucks.
It does suck, but the sound, a band that cares to the these guys, when you take great pains over how the music sounds in the space, you know. Mm-hmm. And I know you can argue that most bands do that and most sound engineers do that, but these guys went to town. It was crisp. It wasn't like I remember seeing. I remember seeing again. This is going back to like 2000, I think, something like that. I remember seeing Linkin Park at Leeds, and I was so unimpressed because they sounded like. I could have just stayed at home and listened to the record. They weren't. There was no like energy and life thrown into the performance. This was not the case at that A Perfect Circle gig. They were there, and it was it was alive with them. But it was clear as a bell. It was perfect. And so those 2 songs.
Yeah.
I would take over full performances by other bands that I've seen.
Wow. Well.
So yeah, so the fact that Trent Reznor's so like meticulous. Yeah, massive Nine Inch Nails fan. What a bit? That was a weird digression.
I've got to say, I was trying to figure out what the question was I asked, but I don't think I did. But it was a good journey. It was good. You're doing my job for me here, but like, well, let's I think what a way to finish this Saturday, and I'm sorry for berating you earlier, but I think it led to a very good conversation, so I'm fine with that. So let's go to your Sunday.
I'm just looking at my notes that I've made here, and it occurs to me that we haven't talked. Oh, there we go.
have not talked.
We've not talked, lad. We've not spoken about booze.
Yeah, well, usually I ask it in the second section, but yeah, that's what's your?
I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm backseat driving here.
You're like, sorry, you forgot to mention all this cool stuff about me, and usually you ask this on podcast episode 12. You did ask Lauren Patterson about this question. You didn't ask me, please. No, yeah. What's your booze and food situation like?
The beer will not be cooking lager.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be
Skull.
Yeah, no, but it's also not going to be. We're not going to get all sort of. You're going to know what it is. It's going to be sort of mid-level, reasonable sort of Budweiser, but not the shit one.
Yeah. Okay.
You know you know. There's the Czech, not the American one. The Czech Budvar. The nicer one.
The non-American one.
Yeah, we don't want to get too sort of. I'm not saying that craft beer's wanky. It's not. I enjoy a craft beer. I just mean that we need to have it in massive supply. Let's have some reasonable, not exceptional beer. Just to tide us over. You've got to bring your own cup. Mm-hmm. Nice. And I mean, we've all got one. I'm currently drinking out of a. I knew I was doing this, and I wanted to get in the mood, so I'm currently drinking out of one of those plastic returnable cups.
Oh, what's it got on it? Because I love one of them. Yeah.
I've got a Blue Dot one.
Oh, very nice.
It's Blue Dot, yeah.
I am.
That's the science one, isn't it?
It rings a. Yeah, I think so for sure. It's pale blue dot, right? So that would make sense. But yeah, I love those. I love those things. Those are good for environment, but also you can take them home as a little souvenir. I love it very, very much. And
you can too.
yeah, and also Metallica when I went to go and see them in Manchester in 2018 or 19, and they had a custom drinks. It says and beer for all or something like that, which is not really a pun, but I don't care. I was like, that's cool, nice design, and I was like, I enjoy that. You know what? If you're gonna be a mega corporation of a metal band, I'm all for that. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I'm there for that. I like it.
But that's not the caveat, by the way. The caveat is that you can bring any receptacle you want.
Yeah.
But no. If you want to bring a paddling pool to fill with beer, that's fine. But you've got to carry it.
Yeah, fair dues. Yeah. I feel like you can kind of get stung by your own hubris here. It's like
It's like, hey, I managed to get them to fill up this dustbin with lager. Yeah, well, mate, you've got to stand there watching Kylie Minogue whilst you're trying to while you're dunking your head in your own with your steadily steadily flattening lager.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting warmer by the second, and there's flies around the bin. So good choice, Kevin. Yeah. So is there any kind of other booze stipulations that you wanted to discuss?
Well, I sort of figure that the any receptacle you like, but you've got to, but it's your, you know what I mean. We will replace it, but you won't get it replaced with a dustbin.
Yeah.
Like I sort of figure that will clear the wheat from the chaff, sort of thing.
Which is what the beer does anyway. So
no.
Yeah.
What I mean is, like, if someone's going to be a knobber and is going to get absolutely smashed, and they're probably going to do that early on, and they'll with their dustbin full of booze, and they'll sort of clear the boards for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So like Friday might be a bit trickier, but by Saturday those people are down the bottom of the Alps. You know that they did not survive the test. You know. Right. Well, let's head to your Sunday main stage and let's see who have we got.
Okay, so again I seeded.
I think I know who it is. I think I know.
I see that conversation. Kylie Minogue is opening up Sunday.
Again, a legendary slot to begin with. But I think you know what? Yeah, you're a cheeky chappy.
I want it to be all gold. I want it to be all.
It is all gold. Apart from when the Beatles play their worst stuff. I'm joking.
I mean, she's what? It's a great way to start your day, isn't it? With a little dose of pop, disco pop.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think again, hungover a little bit. Same with Less Than Jake. I think Less Than Jake is a bit more. I feel that people won't be. With Kylie Minogue, it's more of a legendary slot, so I kind of feel that it's different, but a similar concept that you're feeling a bit hungover, feeling a bit tired. It's the last day. Oh wait, here's a boost of energy. He's Kylie Minogue. Done.
Yeah. I saw Kylie Minogue with a girlfriend, an ex-girlfriend, many years ago, and I went along very skeptically. I was there rolling my eyes about it all, but she can sing.
Yeah,
she can sing, and she was excellent, and it did. I was the second time we went, because we did go twice. That was, my girlfriend was that enthusiastic. We had tickets to 2 shows on the same tour. Mm-hmm. We went again, and I was not rolling my eyes the second time. I was there. I got my Kylie t-shirt on, and I was woo.
That's nice. I love that a lot. Bless you. That's nice.
And we're talking Fever, Light Years, that sort of maybe a bit of Aphrodite, that sort of era, and she can throw in any of her back catalogue. But
well, we should have to go to another stage for that, mate.
I'm hoisted by my own petard.
Don't be trying to plan to watch her in an hour's time. That's no way, buddy.
Come back in a year, pal.
Bring a light up t-shirt and come back again, mate. Right. So who has the hard job of following Kylie Minogue?
ABBA do, and they can do it just fine.
Oh wow! Oh my God! You say you're really going for gold. You're not pulling your punches here. Like,
Oh no, this is the thing. It's the thing. Saturday night is New Year's Eve, and this is going to be so. This is going to be wall to wall that you're going to go. I've got to be. I'm hitting it hard, but I've got to be up. And there's a thing about mountain air. The thing about mountain air that you step out and you breathe it in, and you feel even if your hangover goes away.
Mm-hmm. Is it maybe the mountain air kind of like it's a bit thinner up there? Maybe it's just like, right, I'm ready for it, if you know what I mean. So yeah. I don't know. I'm just making that up. But yeah, like I gotta be honest with the New Year's Eve angle. It's a detail I kind of often forgot about because there's so many other things going on, like the 10 princes, if you know what I mean, and it's somehow New Year's Eve as well. I just think there's so much like content here. Like I forgot that we've dealt the New Year's. You know, we've really breezed past that so fast.
Dude, it's your podcast concept. Don't blame me.
All right, oh my God, you take that back. Yeah, that was rude. Like
I'm so sorry, Matt. It's lovely. I thank you for having me.
But yeah, just so we moving on very quickly because we know ABBA, we know the back catalogue.
Yeah.
So who was on after them?
Well, listed here. In amongst the things and the stuff, right? You're probably gonna want to fight me. So I should just reel off a couple of things.
Yeah, go for
it. So we'll have Hot Chip.
Okay.
And I am gonna go Run the Jewels.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And then the Police.
Okay. Who do you think's gonna headline your Sunday night festival?
Well, I want Faith No More at my festival.
Oh, hello. Yeah.
I want Faith No More, but I also want Madonna, and I want David Bowie, and I want Simian Mobile Disco.
Okay.
And I want Pitch Shifter and Queens of the Stone Age, songs for the deaf era.
Yes, absolutely. Right.
And I want Arcade Fire, and I want.
Okay. You've turned into a madman. What's going on?
Sorry.
This isn't like you just started. Right. Here's what I'm willing to do for you. Right. How about the final slot is right? You walk on, being like, right, everyone. I've had a bit of a.
No. Over the course of the weekend, I want those bands.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm okay. I want to make sure that everyone knows that they're there and you can see them. And the Chemists are there, and Electricity are there, who, by the way, I know they're not a big band, but I could have seen them. They've got their one big album out, and I could have seen them at the Varsity in Wolverhampton in like 1997. And I decided, I'll catch them on the next time round, and they didn't come around again. And then they stopped. They were dropped by their label and everything. And then I think in the end I bought a ticket to some show in Somerset by a girlfriend, and then we went down there, and it wasn't the same because various members had left, but it was still like the gesture was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I got to see them, but I would like to have seen them then in 1997 with the main lineup playing the songs I wanted to hear rather than different versions of songs that I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've got giddy. I want,
Yeah. So there's all these fantastic ones playing, like Bowie.
Faith No More.
Okay. Faith No More are headlining, but the other ones are dotted around during the day as well. So
yeah, I panicked, Matt. I'm sorry.
I could tell you. I got to say, it was ungentlemanly behaviour coming on here.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
so sorry.
Spouting bands left, right, and centre.
I've shamed myself. It's really, really sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's quite okay, Rob. I not only do I forgive you, but I love you too. So.
Oh, mate. Oh, thanks for having me.
So
the Divine Comedy.
I don't know what it is with this season, Rob, but like for some reason on this season, like I've just dealt with a lot of long episodes with people being like, right, here's every band I love, and you need to include them, okay? So,
I'm so sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Don't you rescind that apology right now? Because
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I love this. This is why I do it. It's literally it's not for financial reasons, Rob. It's not for that. So yeah. But beyond what? Tell me. Let's just do a very brief chat about Faith No More. How do you feel about them, and why do you connect with them on the Sunday night?
Well, they're a band. They're another band that I missed the boat on when they were at their peak, and I did see them. I have seen them live, and as I say, I saw Mr. Bungle, and I've seen Tomahawk, and I love Mike Patton. I saw Mike Patton. I missed Green Day at a festival so that I could watch Mike Patton in a small tent with Rizal, who's this sort of beatboxer guy. So big fan of him. I think what it is that I got used to quite a lot of bands being a bit sort of po-faced and being sort of very sort of overly pleased with the significance of what they were doing and how important it all was and how great they were and all this sort of thing. And Faith No More have got this sort of energy and style where they are laughing at everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not. It's not everything's funny, but it's everything is. Every song has got a raised eyebrow, an arched eyebrow, while they perform it. It's like they're a band apart. Like I said about being post genre, they don't give a fuck about what you want them to be, and admittedly, to the untrained ear, they might just sound like some rock band, but
yeah,
I love their willingness to not care.
Yeah.
To play with their expectations. I mean, the change, the difference between The Real Thing as an album and Angel Dust. I mean, I loved The Real Thing, but the loads of reviews and publications at the time didn't know what to do with it. They just didn't know what it was, and it baffled people, and it drove people away. And I admire them for their willingness to sort of go, no, this is what we wanted to do. Any band who just stays the course and just keeps doing what they have always done is boring to me.
Yeah.
Give me a Blur, give me a
Radiohead,
give me Faith No More. Give me bands that are willing to say, we don't care what you want. This is what you don't know you want this, but you do. Which
is also the slogan of this festival too, as well. Like, you don't know you want it, but it's going to be fucking good.
Yeah, you don't know you do.
But that's a really, genuinely a very touching call to arms for Faith No More, and as with the rest of your festival as well. I think it's really awesome, and I think without further ado, I think it's pretty. It's a truly Rob Kemp festival, and I think it's.
You mean not commercially viable?
It's the price of a lift pass. Come on. There's already many things I poked holes in, but let's deal with some more floor fillers in the final part of this podcast. As with event management, things are bound to go wrong. So here's a couple of I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Here are a couple of hypothetical questions that Rob has to deal with in the manner that he sees fit. Oh no, Lizzo was cancelled last minute. Who do you get to replace them?
Daphne and Celeste? No.
Too late now, mate. Too late.
No. We haven't called yet. I've been enjoying Harry Styles' stuff of late, and he's got that. His most recent was that Treat People with Kindness. So I think there's a positive energy coming from him. Mm-hmm. Maybe no, that's not the same.
No,
I think that works. It needs to be somebody who's. This is the quick fire round, isn't it? Sorry, go on. I'm doing the podcast wrong. No, I'll tell you who. Same sort of ballpark, but McFly.
Nice, perfect. See, there you go. You got it.
There we go.
You're doing the podcast right. Thank you very much. Okay, here's a hard one for you. 9 Inch Nails and Faith No More hate each other's guts. They say they won't perform if the other band is performing. So how would you deal with that, and who would you pick out of the two?
Oh God,
I'm so sorry.
I mean, they could very well hate each other. Oh dear God, they hate each other and they won't perform. I've seen 9 Inch Nails more. We're on the Alps. We're on the fucking Alps. They're not going to have to run into each other. It's going to be fine. They don't need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, they will know because the lineup's the same every year. But
one day they're cotton onto it. Hey,
hang on a minute. No, what I'm going to do is make sure they're on a different peak.
Yeah. Okay.
I will make sure they're on a different peak. If it comes to the fact that only one or the other is going to play, this is awful. Basically, if I'd have chosen somebody else for my headliners, I would have not had this issue, wouldn't I?
To be fair, I do usually. I'm a bit perceptive, so I pick the ones that you kind of an emotional attachment to. So, because I am the devil. So
you are the devil. This is awful.
I'm sorry. I tell you what. How about this? How about you can have both, but whilst everyone plays, they have to. They get a paddling pool full of beer to play around with. So they just drink out of that.
So I get to either have one of them or both of them, but they're drunk.
Yeah, why not?
See, again, I think both of those bands are hard living enough.
Yeah,
historically at least, to be able to cope with a paddling pool full of lager.
Yeah,
I reckon they'll be able to. But in the push gun to my head, band I couldn't live without, Faith No More.
Nice. I think that's well made. I'm glad you made that. So your fans are in the mosh pits. They're crowd surfing and they're doing the Kemp. What do you think that might be?
It's a lot of hesitating. It's a lot of doubting your ability to dance.
Yeah.
It's a lot of being surprised when you find out that people like your dancing. It's sort of diving in with gusto. Honestly, I realised what you wanted me to do was describe an actual move, so I'm gonna.
No, that's okay. Just do what you want.
I mean, it's probably like a. Hang on, I've realised this isn't a visual podcast. Definitely hips involved.
Yeah.
I think we're getting into the realms of not quite voguing, but there's shapes. It is shapes. You know, it's not a coordinated dance.
Uh-huh.
It's somewhat freestyle, but there's a lot of hip. There's a lot of hip, and there's arms. It's an arm to the arms in opposite directions, then arms sort of together, but one's bent over your head, and then you sort of push forward, and then sort of shimmy back, but also all the while you're sort of looking at the person next to you with a bit of a frown, saying, "Is this what I'm meant to be doing?"
I love
which is like, it's my life, you know.
Yeah, there's so much in there which I think really sums up both you and your festival.
doubt, dialed up to 11.
So the penultimate question: the many faces of Prince act like a diva to you. How do you get revenge on them?
I cancel the festival and then they're dead again.
And to really shit on their corpse, you book the you book the Black Eyed Peas too. So
I don't.
But final question, Rob: One of your acts has forgotten their equipment, but good news, they can do an acoustic set. Which band, if you had to choose, would you make do an acoustic set?
You know, if only for giggles and just to see what it would be like, Rammstein.
Du hast mich. Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Same sort of pyrotechnic display.
Yeah.
But they're playing on acoustics.
Yeah.
And then it's all very mellow.
Yeah.
Oh no! Or are we talking no fireworks as well?
No,
Yeah,
I think it's funny with fireworks, but like with acoustic guitars, yeah, I mean, it's not been done before. Go for it.
And like obviously because they don't have all of their prosthetic items, they're spaffing out of. No, that's awful. Let's not think about that.
You just hit a home run, then smash your knees in. Wow, what? And what a perfect way to finish Floor Fillers and to finish off the podcast. My goodness, it's been a very emotive and very fun journey. But Rob, have you enjoyed yourself?
I've had a lovely time. I can't wait to come again and see you do all the same stuff next year.
I can't wait to do this whole episode again, like a weird Groundhog Day for us both. but hey, Rob, we love to support artists on here as well, and we really do appreciate your time. Where can people find you? And do you want to plug anything here whilst you have the opportunity?
If you think I'm mildly amusing, then and you see my name on a poster, come see me. I'm a regular at festivals.
Mm-hmm. And
I mean, COVID's been a bit of a bastard, hasn't it? So everyone's
this is the worst plug I've ever heard of.
I know, right? I know. Okay, all right. Okay.
No,
First
I'm joking.
Fair enough. Then I do actually have a thing I could sell.
Yes.
Which is my show, The Elvis Dead, which is Evil Dead 2, retold through the songs of Elvis Presley. Sounds mental. Actually, kind of works. Mm-hmm. There is a DVD of this show available from Go Faster Stripe, but you can also, if you don't like physical media and touching stuff with your hands, you can just download it as a digital thing. And so do that, because obviously with COVID it'll help me pay my rent.
Yeah.
I've nearly got a podcast.
Oh,
right?
Very cool.
I don't yet, but
Yeah.
I've got an idea for one that I've started work on. And if people want to hear an interview podcast that's themed around the Twilight Zone, then hit me up at Robot Kemp on Twitter.
There we go. And I swear to God, I thought you were going to say, I've got this idea for a podcast where you do music festivals, and you were just going to steal my idea. It's like, very rude. But, well, thank you so much for coming on, Rob. It's been an absolute treat. And thank you, listener, for taking part as well. It's been an absolute treat to have you, as per usual. If you like this podcast, please do support Castable. You can check out past episodes for free on Apple and Spotify, or wherever you listen to this. Make sure to give us a 5-star rating online. It does help boost the numbers. Leave a nice little review, that'd be kind. And also follow us at Castable Podcast on Twitter, and follow me at Madhouse Comedy on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and yeah, follow me there. But please help me in saying a massive thank you to my guest, Rob Kemp. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Good night.
Farewell.